Ladies and gentlemen, we got one of the sickest trailers of Xiao. Xiao's special skills and all that stuff, and his backstory is out, which means we're gonna go into some other things with Xiao. So this is gonna be a big video when it comes to talking about everything and anything Xiao. The soft berserker, if you will. I would think Razor's the hard berserker, or the crazy berserker, considering he's a little tiny boy with his whole body scarred to shit, wearing rags, and summons forth a werewolf. And Xiao, of course, is like a demon thing, but his skin looks really healthy and shit, and yeah, soft. Anyways, let's do this. Alright, so as we always do, we're going to be watching the first trailer, just letting it play out, and then I want to talk your guys' ear off about so many things.
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3. While the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyan, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
Weird. Okay, so first, let's start from the beginning, because that's what's fresh. First of all, immaculate, and fucking look at my Hoyo just being little fucking teasing. Oh, I wish I could find this clip where it's like this Indian guy being like, "You teasing me?" Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I wanted to know though, first things first, is, I mean, it kind of makes sense. They're both what do you call it? It's weird that Xiao is in Liyue with this Geo Archon, whereas the Animo King is Venti. So I wonder if there was some sort of thing there. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not gonna go into maybe he's Venti's son. That seems like a lot. But what I do think, it's getting hot. What I do think is that what do you call it? There might be some sort of correlation with Venti, and if we do, well, we're going to eventually experience Xiao's questline. So hopefully, we actually do get to see that maybe Venti and him are like buddies or something like that. Because Venti always goes on about friends that he used to. Or a person that he used to drink wine with, and I wonder if this could be Xiao. That would kind of make sense. They're both animo boys, also anime boys. But anyways, okay, so this is the meat and the potatoes, which is so fucking sick, dude. All right, so where is it? Right here. Oh, this screenshot. Oh, lordy, look at that. It looks so good. Okay, so, well, first of all, before we even get into this, check this out. This, dude, the minute I seen this, I'm like, dude, that is them fucking teasing out skins like I've never seen. There's totally going to be a Zhongli skin with him all in white, with these crazy black Geo hands, with a hood on, and a thing. I'm just telling you, that's the thing I see in crystal clear details, them being like, so y'all bitches been asking for some skins. Well, this is a legendary skin. Also, if they do the thing where his his arms are literally like perfectly engraved Geo rocks, where it starts off glowing gold, and then it creeps up his whole arm into this dark rock into his bicep. Man, fucking sick! He's so cool. So yeah, I haven't heard anyone say that, dude. This to me is the biggest flex of them being like, so y'all were speculating what kind of cosmetics we're gonna give you. Okay, bitch. Okay, you want some of it? Boom! This is totally gonna be a cosmetic. I would be shocked shocked if they didn't do something like that. But that looks so sick if they did give Zhongli something like that. Oh, anyways. But of course, we know Rex Lapis at this point is the Geo Archon Zhongli, which is so sick. So yeah, Zhongli basically got the help from a bunch of different Archons, and throughout the years they kind of diminished and went crazy, and a bunch of different things happened. But I am so happy that so many people are like it hits the same way, because I was really worried that out of all of these characters that you guys are currently seeing, that people would be like, I like the one person, or nah. But no, everyone was like, that fucking purple dude, that purple dude looking fucking beastly as hell. And there's images of him that basically make him look like Azura, or Azura, however you say it. Love it. Regardless, so we'll get back to that, the big buff bruiser looking dude in a minute. But we have the person who's next to him, which is looking a lot like Genyu. Now everyone's saying, is that Genyu? And most people who are lore experts are like, no, that's not, like, that doesn't correlate with the timeline. But what I think it could be is probably Genyu's mom. Because we were always wondering how did Genyu become a half Adeptus and half this, right? So to me, that would make sense that would be kind of the sad thing as well, is that this would be Genyu's mom, and then in this Archon war that happened, Zhongli maybe had to kill Genyu's mom. Although they don't really show what happened to Genyu's mom. I think the one guy killed her. Regardless, I think it's Genyu's mom, maybe. Just throwing it out there. Maybe it's his sister. It looks really similar to Genyu, except like way more of like an Archon. Like she has these giant stag horns, whereas Genyu just kind of has these cute tiny ones. And she looks, yeah, just like different. Like she has a lot more crazy mutation to her body, rather than, whereas again, Genyu has a little kind of sprinkle of what she has there. So I would assume that's Genyu's mom. Second thing, we got Xiao. Boom. And then we got what looks like, I don't know, it's a fire equivalent of Nin Wong, it looks like, which is pretty sick. And then we got a person who looks like he's about, like, cages. I don't know what the one to the farthest right, I have no idea. What the one to the farthest right might be is, no, I don't know. You know how in the quest line, when you're meeting all the Adeptuses, you get like there's like this deer and the stag. I feel like that could be him. But again, what they're hinting at is that all of these people eventually went insane. And yeah. So this fire like Nin Wong looking person, she loses her mind, breaking her sanity, and then doesn't. I don't know what that means. Does she die? Okay, and then there's this. Yeah. Okay, so that seems like it checks out. So yeah, the Geo Archon in that situation looks like maybe he kills Genyu's mom. Yeah, but Genyu's fucking, my opinion, Genyu's mom's arm is like this fucking giant monster claw, which looks way more like Cryo, or probably Cryo. Animo has a green to it, but yeah, no, that to me seems way more like Genyu's mom. And then there's this. This is the main thing I wanted to talk about, and this is the kind of thing. So first of all, the thing that they say, well, all of these characters have the potential to actually be in the game. Will they? Nobody knows. It's just speculation and just kind of like teases for what could be, could come. Blech. But everyone has been like, this motherfucker looks amazing, because so many people want like a big bruiser character. So many people are tired of playing like these really like tiny anime boys. You want to see this brute that could just crush things. And that would be a cool way to introduce him, is by like this war god, which definitely looks like that's him, because Jesus. But he also looks like Azura, which Azura, if I'm not mistaken, is also like maybe a god of war. I don't know, but love the game Azura's Wrath. That's just me, a basic bitch. But anyways, love this. Again, if he's anything like Razor, and a lot of the Adeptuses seem like they kind of maybe play with that idea of like a second form. Same thing with Xiao, who he puts on a mask and basically gets like a power-up. It'd be really cool for this person to basically summon forth his ult, and he has 2 electro hands above him. And I think it'd be cool if they did something different than Razor, where instead of him just having these 2 arms that like double your damage, exactly like Razor, instead if it was like on hit chance, there's a chance for a spectral fist just to come and smash your enemy or something like that. I hope they don't do weird shit where it's like utility based, where like you have this big brute with these hands over top of him, but all he does is like grab people and stop them from moving, and you're like, what the fuck? He's shredded. Why did you do this? Anyways. One thing they did say though is that almost all of these people died except for one. So Xiao is not included in this, but they said 3 died and 4 vanished from the earth. And to me, every one of these people we kind of seen as in a tricky situation. This person, she's like, seems like she's going insane, falling apart. This one Genyu's mom looks like she's died to the Geo guy. So to me, the only people that seem like they could be the person that kind of like dissolved into the background is the Geo guy or this guy. And to me, I would bet on this guy. The reason why is because he seems more likely to be a boss. He seems more likely to be like, he got corrupted by the evil and he ran away. He went off into the shadows, and that's who we're gonna have to fight. Also, out of all the characters, this guy looks like he definitely could be like a boss that you could fight, like a god of war that you have to try to tear down, which looks so sick. Again, hoping to pieces that this guy is someone who we can actually attain. And then, of course, we got the main story is that Xiao was the last man standing. Xiao's a bad bitch. Don't fuck with Xiao. All that. But it's really interesting. Who do you think was the one who disappeared? I think that's Genyu's mom. That would make the most sense to me. But I don't know nothing about nothing. But what I do know is that the second thing that we got, ladies and gentlemen, oh by God, we got Xiao's kind of like... Sorry, my nose. Sorry. We got Xiao's basically like template website page where he shows his likes, his dislikes, his moveset in crystal clear detail, and oh boy, am I absolutely thrilled. So this is our boy Xiao. I don't know how I'm probably missaying it as well. Sometimes in the trailer of the game, they were saying like Xiao or something like that. Xiao. I'm gonna say Xiao because I'm a filthy Canadian Westerner. All right. Anyways, also if I'm not mistaken, he's voiced by the same person that is the main character Dimache. Side tangent, but I think it's cool. Anyways, okay. Now you guys can see more of the screen. So yeah. So they're doing stuff like this, which I think is like kind of a pretext to them being a little annoyed about like people's expectations running rampant. But they say Xiao is a highly mobile character. That's what he does. That's a huge part of who he is. Also, burst damage dealer. And it's highlighted in green. So it's like, he is a burst damage character. He's not a support. He's not a this. He's not a that. He is a, what do you call it? A burst damage dealer. Got it? Okay. Chill out. He sacrifices HP to obtain increased damage and jump power for a short time. We all kind of know this, especially from the trailers, but yes, this is them saying flat out, do not expect this character to be a support character, and I hope they're doing that because they want to make it clear that he is supposed to be a burst damage character. He's going to do a lot of burst damage, so don't expect him to do other things, and don't like his E is pretty weak. It's like, yeah, but that's not where the damage is. The damage is in his main attack. Again, he's a polearm user. He's heavily animo. Like some characters are animo. He is like pure animo almost, in terms of whenever you like utilizing him properly. All that stuff, lovely. Also, he's Leeway Legion faction, all that stuff. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen, his talents, basically his attack combination, which he hits 6. Say it with me, 6 times, and look how fast that is. Oh my God, and we're getting Zhongli with this patch too, but I think he even attacks faster than Zhongli. But that 6 attack combo happens so quickly. Like I think that's also, he has an incredibly high base attack for a polearm user. And I think it's, again, with just the fastest of his attacks, it's just gonna be insane for you to like deal a good bit of damage in a small window of time. And the second thing, which looks so sick, is that his charge attack is this massive uppercut, which I was a little turned off by. I like the ability to like jump to your enemy, but because his E is basically like a traversal thing, but it's on a 10 fucking second cooldown. So it's not like, again, that's one of the negatives to Zhongli specifically, or Shangling, which is you'll melee, get through the combo, and then the last hit will send your enemy flying back. But if you hold charge, you can do your little spiral and get on top of them again. Whereas Xiao doesn't have that. He has this like kind of throw you up in the air. Now, if this is throw you directly up in the air, CCing you, basically making you hit the ground, having to get up, and then you're able to deal damage, then that's good. But if it is an uppercut that sends the enemy flying way back, and Xiao has to basically run over there or waste one of his teleports to get to you, that's a little shit. That's a little shit. Also, he is a polearm user that has massive AoE, and that's going to only amplify when you do unleash your mask. But yes, his base attack combination looks so sick. I'm so fucking thrilled that they're finally giving us a character who has a unique attack pattern, but also is meant to use that attack pattern and not just be like a little glorified nothing. I don't know what to say. It's just not important. It's like you're never going to be using his attacks, so why make it look so cool? Anyways, and this is his E. You have 2 just to start out with. Again, they're on a 2-second cooldown, 10-second cooldown, which is a bit high, I think, for just a mobility skill, especially considering he doesn't have any way to get to his enemies besides just dodging, or like running at them and etc., which is fine, I guess, not that bad. Also, he doesn't look like he has too much mobility when he's. Maybe no, he does. Yeah, never mind. So he can like really chase the enemy when he's hitting them. That's cool. But as you guys can see, when he does impact on an enemy, he generates 3 particles of animo. Pretty solid, but this is something to note that in the trailer that we've seen prior to this, when he activates his ult and he does his dash, which is what you're going to want to do, you're not gaining any particles from that. So again, partnering him. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this. I have a video that I recorded yesterday talking about team composition with Xiao, and this is, yeah, I'm going to upload that tomorrow. But yeah, it's a little off. It's a little messed up because that was what happened. I apologize. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the money shot. Xiao dons his mask, his Yakuza mask or Yaksha mask. It's Yaksha. I'm always gonna call it an Oni mask because I don't know, anything that looks like it has horns and shit to me is an Oni mask. Anyways, I may be wrong. I'm definitely wrong. But check this shit out. Boom, 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 and then he hits. Oh. Okay, so maybe you don't get elemental particles. Oh, I bet that's how that works. Okay, so you don't get elemental particles for doing your dash, but you do get elemental particles for killing enemies whilst your mask is on. But you're only getting 1 particle per enemy rather than doing your dash and getting 3. So that's a little. It's them trying to like find a way to give you not too much energy, but still energy. That way you can't just back to back his rage form. Unless you have an animal characters, which most people have is Sucrose or a Venti, most likely a Sucrose though, leveled up, or a Gene. You can give him back his alt form as soon as possible. But yeah, also Sucrose, man, is going to be pretty solid with him, I think. Anyways, yeah, so you guys don't know anything about this ability. It's fantastic, Bane of all evil. He puts on his mask, he starts losing his HP. That's unfortunate. But he also gets massive jump height. That's awesome. So that means you're able to do death from above. He also gets AoE damage and an increase to his damage, and all of his damage is now animo. That's good and bad, but cool. So this is something I want to talk about though. Look at the pattern: attack, 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 and then jumps quickly up in the air and smashes down. I don't think this is like a unique combo that's going to happen when you're using your rage move or your mask. I think this person cancels out of his attack to do a jump and a smash, which to me is so cool because this makes his character so much more of like a strategic kind of combo character, where you can maybe find out, okay, it's more efficient for me to do attack, and then jump and smash to the ground rather than hitting my other attacks because the modifiers on them are weak or they're too slow, and this is more efficient. So I love those tiny little things like that. And you can just jump, smash, but jump damage is also tied to how high you are. So I think it's mostly the jump, spear, smash like that is going to be if you're surrounded with enemies, or if you're like Venti and pull a bunch of enemies in, you do a bunch of jump and smashes on the ground. The AoE should hit enemies above you, should be good shit. Anyways, Bane of all evil makes you just a damn shredder, and it looks so cool when you use it. You're just animals bleeding all over you. It's awesome. Also, he has some cool things, kind of like Child does, where when you activate his E, he starts like brimming with power on his like scarf. Well, Xiao is no different, except his tattoos start to glow with this badass hue. Love it. As with story stuff, I'm not gonna. It's honestly pretty chill. Nothing like people are like, I'll skip the story. It's honestly not even story. It's just like he's 2,000 years old, but he looks really young. That's it. Okay. Xiao is basically like Batman, except he doesn't give a fuck if he kills people. Yeah. It's basically the gist. A little fucked up, honestly. A little rough. Also, he's a little edgy. If you awake with a knife at your throat, if a monster digs their claws into you, if death comes knocking at your door, call my name, adepti Xiao. I will be here when you call. It's a weird, like, Superman nonsense, but sure. Okay. So Xiao doesn't have troubles. Again, unrelatable. Anyways, likes tofu and reminds him of fond dreams. Don't know what this means. When it snows, once the snow is thick enough, we can eat it. What the fuck are you talking about, Xiao? Are you drunk? Get away from me. And yeah, he's just like he's like a Batman, like watching over Arkham, except it's Leeway, which is significantly less cool. But anyways, but I want them to show me what the banner is for Xiao. And man, I know some people are saying that maybe Kaching is gonna have Ninwang, man. Please don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, please. I'm not gonna bet on her banner. So I just want Ninwang as well as a constellation prize. Now, with that being said, though, I could roll on Xiao's banner and not get a single Ninwang if she is on that banner. But it'd be cool if I did. It'd be nice and sweet and wholesome if that were to happen. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so for the next part of this video, we're gonna actually be, well, okay. So first of all, speculation. Nothing is confirmed, and fun fact, this is just a person talking about his wish list for Genshin, and his wish lists have been pretty accurate, more or less. So, just the wish list. You've never seen this website before. It's just the wish list. Nothing is confirmed. I'm memeing, but also, again, this is the best, like, vision kind of thing to see this character in that way. This is all just speculation. This is all just like a wish list. Consider this to be some like fanboy being like, wouldn't this be cool? And then it maybe doesn't happen. So go at it with this misperception. But again, we're gonna be going over Xiao and his well, again, this is a wish list. This is something, if this happens to be true, good times. But if it doesn't, then it was just a wish list. Who knows what's, again, if you don't like any of that stuff, then click off the video. But to me, I like this idea because it kind of gives you an idea of how he's meant to be played and built, so that you can better prepare yourself and have a funner time with the character, rather than you getting him and thinking, okay, maybe this is best for him. Wait, his abilities seem to not scale that well, and this should give you just even the slightest ballpark. So first things first, one of the main things that it sucks about Xiao is you're gonna need to kill the new elemental boss to actually get his upgrade material. It's this rock. Hopefully we can burn that out in the first day and actually get the ability to fight the boss, so that we can actually play with Xiao at our world level. But who knows? Regardless, Xiao has one of the highest base attacks in the entire game, and he's a polearm user, which is really weird. But yes, Xiao hits like a truck, which is very, very, very awesome. Also, he has a pretty decent amount of defense, which is kind of shocking, actually. Regardless, well, I guess it makes sense, because if he didn't have that much defense, then he'd probably just get smashed and dead immediately, and it'd almost be a necessity to run him with, like, some sort of shield character. Probably still a good idea to do that, but anyways. Regardless, one of the things that Xiao has, which is super, super fantastic, is in his base kit is crit rate. So that means you only need to get, like, maybe 1 or 2 artifacts with, like, 20... or so crit rate, and maybe if you have a weapon that gives you crit rate too, awesome. Or maybe you have like decent amount of artifacts where you can at least get 30% crit rate, and then you can just go everything else into crit damage. Your weapon could be crit damage if you wanted. Your everything could be crit damage, which is going to be so fantastic. So yeah, the fact that he has crit rate is amazing. Same thing as Genyu. I think Genyu also had crit rate. And it's fantastic that Xiao also has that, because if you guys don't know, a lot of the end tier builds for Genshin is all of your artifacts having the substats have crit rate or crit damage, and then whichever one you don't have enough of, using a crit damage or a crit rate on your end tier. But the ideal set is crit rate on all of your substats, and then a crit damage modifier on your last artifact. And that just gets you silly damage, because that's the thing that scales the most in this game, as well as having some animo damage. So again, wish list, it's subject to change. But Xiao does attack in 2-hit combos, so he attacks 2 hits, and then he attacks once pretty hard, and then he attacks again with 2 hits, seemingly having more damage as you go on. So it does look like Xiao is going to be the character that you want to get to the end of his abilities, because they actually end up being significantly better. Yeah. Like his last hit scales way better than any other attack. Yeah, even still, Razor has a significantly better hitting, better things, but he also doesn't hit as many times as Xiao does, and not as fast as Xiao does, even with his ult up. So yes, I think, again, you're going to want to invest and build up his base attack, because that's just going to help you in making him even more of a damage dealer. And again, this is his E. He gets 2 charges. We already kind of talked about this. It scales okay, but not as well. Like, it scales the same way as Razor's Scratch, which does fucking nothing. So, yeah. Just not exactly correct. Like, when you get this up to, like, level 8 is reasonable. You get 404% increase to damage, but it's all animo, and I don't know, man. I just feel like most characters that have this like 404 damage is not that good. Yeah, unless it's like consistent, you know, or yeah. To me, we'll see. I'm sure it's good if you have him built with his max constellation. Then yes, you're just gonna be able to do this 40% more damage hit all the time. As well as one of the things I didn't mention, which is super important, is his charge attack scales really well too. In fact, it kind of makes me wonder if Xiao is going to be one of those characters where you just spam his charge attack, because yes, it has a better modifier than its last one, which almost seems weird. Yeah, it seems really weird actually. Why the fuck is his charge so much better? It seems like it's just going to be a character where you're going to use his charge attack a bunch. But I think the reason why you're not going to do that is because it throws the enemy up in the air, and then you're gonna have to smash them down, or you may not even be able to hit them when they're up in the air or far away from you. So maybe it's not worth doing that. But regardless, that's at level 1. Let's say it's level 6. You're gonna be getting 77% bonus attack. Pretty massive, pretty huge. All right, and then say if you bring him all the way up to 90, you're getting 90% bonus damage. And if you're one of the crazier people who can get him all the way up to level 13 because you have his constellation, then oh my god, you're getting 108 more damage. Now the good news is that when you first activate his Yaksha Mask at level 1, you're going to be losing a shit ton of health. But 3% specifically. But then when you get it all the way up to maybe level 6, it's going to be 2.5, and then when you get it all the way up to level 9, it's going to be 2. So not that bad. The one thing that does suck is, unlike Genyu, you cannot back-to-back ult. Supposedly. Again, things are subject to change. Genyu looked like she couldn't either, but then last minute they changed it, so who knows what will happen. I doubt they'll do it again, but let's see. Duration is 15 seconds. So you're going to be able to, again, to make use of this character, you're going to want to stay on him and just fight until that 15-second duration is up. And then you have 8 seconds of lull period, which is 3 seconds of doing whatever. And to me, this actually is perfectly fine, because you're going to want to cycle things out anyway. You're going to want to partner Xiao with people that can alley-oop him. So again, you're going to want to make sure you use Venti's ult, use his swirl, gain swirl particles back, go use your other character's E, and then by the time you switch back to Xiao, you very well might be able just to gun it at him, and then go again. So yeah, I think that's something that's pretty important to note about Xiao, is that you are going to need that. Now again, the biggest thing for Xiao is that you're needing 70 energy per alt cast. So even though again, unless you're just tearing through one enemy after the other, which will give you 1 particle whilst you're in your Yakuza stance, not good enough. You're still gonna need another animo character that can give you particles. So again, Sucrose, Venti, Jean, anyone like that is going to be pretty solid on his team, I think. Especially if it's like any of those characters that basically CC people. Because again, Xiao taking damage is going to be a bad thing because he is already taking damage from his mask. So yeah. Anyways, this is the meat and the potatoes, which I actually really wanted to talk about. This is the thing that I didn't really mention, which is super important. Not the first one. Xiao's special character buff is whenever you climb, you take reduced stamina cost from climbing. So, yep, okay. But these two are pretty important. These are what you get for leveling up his ascensions all the way up to level 50, I think 70, something like that. Regardless. Conqueror of Evil, Tamer of Demons. While under the effect of Bane of Evil, your alt, all damage dealt by Xiao is increased by 5%. Okay, 5% damage increased by a further 5% for every 3 seconds the ability is present. This is basically a long way of saying the longer you're in your alt form, the more damage you're going to deal. Up to 25%. So on top of all the other modifiers, on top of the base 90%, if you get him all the way up to level 90, level 9 for his alt skill, you're going to be getting 90% more damage, but as it goes on, you're going to be getting another 25 bonus damage. That's amazing, and that's not even like increased attack damage or increased damage. No, it's just damage increase, which is huge. Like again, anything that doesn't specify like attack percentage, it's damage increase. That means anno damage, your base attack damage, all that stuff is getting buffed, I think, which is so sick. Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated, and it's going to facilitate how you play Xiao, or how you should play Xiao when you need a shit ton of damage. And it revolves around using his E. Okay, so Heaven Fall. To break this down to make it easier, whenever you use your E, you get a stack of 15% damage. Now you can have 3 stacks at a given time. Each stack lasts 7 seconds, but gaining a new stack refreshes the duration. So what you don't want to do is dash, because yes, you'll have another 15% damage, but your E is on a 10-second cooldown, so you won't be able to get the maximum amount of damage that you possibly could. So what you're going to want to do is use your E, maybe wait for 5 seconds, use your E again, and then at that point you can wait. It's going to refresh the previous one, so then you're just going to wait until your E comes back, and then you're going to use it again, and then you're going to have the max stack of this, which is 45% more damage. I just don't know if it's more damage on your wind, your E, or on your base attack. Again, just it speaks more to like the fact that Xiao is just going to be a amazing burst character, if this wish list is to be believed. And then of course his constellation, we kind of went over this in the previous video, but he gets 1 more charge. That's 3 charges, and if you do have that first constellation, that's gonna be pretty big. That means you can activate his passive talent immediately out the cuff. Again, it's not. I think I would just use 2 and then wait a couple seconds and then use it again, because you still want to try to keep this on 100% uptime, which means you can't use it back to back, nor would you need to like teleport. Unless you had his final constellation, which we'll talk about, which we've already talked about. But anyways, his second constellation is okay. Basically, it helps kind of nurture Xiao's big inconvenience for his energy recharge, which if you don't want to run 2 animo characters, then yes, this is probably going to be something that you're going to or would be useful to you. And then again, this is the thing I don't like. They buff his E as of his third constellation, which is nuts. I would rather it be they would switch this with his 4th ability. That way we could people could get his main damage sync higher level. Anyways, his 4th though is that when Xiao's HP falls below 50%, he gains 100% damage or defense bonus, which is huge. Basically, yeah. Again, I don't know how good this will be, because you're probably gonna have healers that are pretty good. Maybe if you're running Water Boy, who can do good healing but not great healing, this might be pretty good to keep him alive more and also keep him tanky as well. Regardless, his final skill, which is the pretty nutty part, basically when you have your ult active, you do a jump and then a death from above, and you smash the ground and you hit 2 enemies at the least, it will immediately gain you another charge of Xiao's E. Pretty huge. There's no cooldown on this, so you can literally jump, smash, jump, smash, jump, smash, and then you have 3 E's to spam and teleport, and just not only that, but it's going to be increasing your damage. Crazy. Jump, smash, E, teleport everywhere. It's crazy. It looks really cool too. You look like an Oni ghost that's just like breaking into void, teleporting behind people and shit. Looks really cool. It's a damn shame that's all the way at the bottom of his skill tree though. Big suck on that part. But anyways, again, one thing that I'm kind of lost on for Xiao, the last thing we'll talk about, I'm not going to talk about his weapons, but I do want to talk about some artifacts. So one thing that's like making me lose my mind a little bit, I don't know what the reasoning for certain people, for what people have, but a lot of people are saying go for the Viridescent set. Gives you, it's basically an Animo set, but it's not really good for Xiao when it comes to the 4th iteration of it, because Xiao doesn't have any element that he can affect in Swirl, and you wouldn't be gaining the buff anyway. Your other ally who has that element would. But the first 2-piece is giving you bonus 15% animo damage, which is what Xiao is most likely going to always be doing, so it's huge, right? Right? Not right. I don't know why people are saying go 2-piece this, 2-piece that. Even if you have a shitty version of this artifact, I still think it's significantly better because of this. So I think you should be going Gladiator. Why? Because the first piece of two-piece Gladiator gives you 18% attack. Huge. The second piece gives you 35% bonus damage. In conjunction with that attack, it's amazing, okay? And it's for polearm users, so you do get affected by this. And it's your normal attack and your charge attack, not your lunge attack. But still, pretty damn good. Now, one thing that people might be sleeping on that might be good or bad, or we'll see, but the thing that people are aware of is people are saying, people are saying, why are you buffing his attack when he's all animo? Exactly. He's all animo. I don't think people are remembering shit like this. Xiao's attack damage is converted to animo damage. So why would you not build a fuck ton of attack? Because that way it's good when you don't have his alt active, and you also are getting the benefit of it from when you do have your alt activated. I don't understand. And even if that's not how that works, if I'm just misunderstanding that, 15% damage buff for your animo versus 35% buff on your normal and charge attacks? What? Are we crazy? I'm sorry, I do not think this is one of those characters, at least from what I can see, that's going to be super, super big into two-piece. Maybe you could dabble with something like two-piece attack and two-piece, or maybe physical damage and then other things, crit rate. I don't know what you would want to build, but to me it seems like a really obvious blood, like Gladiator's finale is what you're going to want to get, just because of those statistics and stats. So, yeah. I don't know, it's a bit weird. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk your ear off too much because I want to make a subsequent video where I talk about the banner, because that's big, man. Again, I'm still going to go for Xiao even if the banner's shit, which I just hope tooth and nail that it's not, because if it is, then that means, again, you're wasting, well, not wasting, but like, again, if you have no interest in the characters that's on the banner that are purple tiers, then you're going to be like, yeah, you want the best of both worlds, hopefully, and I hope dearly that I get lucky enough to where the characters I actually want are on that banner. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk your ear off. I do want to make a video whenever the banner comes out, so I can talk about it and see if it's like the worst or okay or pretty bad. I'm hoping it's okay. If Nin Wong's there, I'm pretty jazzed. I'll even if it's like Lisa and Amber, I'll still hope again, because if I only get 2 Amber or Nin Wongs, then at least I'm cooking a little bit with some gasoline, you know? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Let me know what you guys think about Xiao. Am I crazy with the whole artifact set? Am I missing something entirely? Does animo scale better than 35% extra attack, and I'm just missing something? Absolutely could be the case. I don't think it does, but maybe it does. Who knows? Yeah. I cannot wait to play for Xiao. Again, I do think there will be a video day 1 when he's up that I will be making us roll for him. I don't think it will do another stream, because it was fucking awesome stream that when we opened up all our things, but it was kind of like we streamed it and then it ended, and then it was like, okay, was it that necessary to do all that? I don't know, probably not. And I would rather just show you guys, like hang out with you guys on Twitch and actually be able to like play with the character when we're done, because I couldn't do that because of timing. But anyways, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. You've been nothing shy of lovely. Thank you so much for giving me the time of day and hearing me ramble about Xiao once again. Thank you and goodbye.